Welcome back to Customizing Action Figures, guys. This is your host, comic book artist, writer, and director Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. And here you can see the 6-inch Black Series Star Wars action figure of Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. This is the new customized head over here on the right side. I think this is a shrunken down Hot Toys Luke Skywalker head, but I'm not sure. But boy, what an improvement. It just looks so much more like Mark Hamill. And even if you think it doesn't look perfect zoomed in, look at the size of my hand next to it. So when you see it in person, I mean, it just looks stellar. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly how I did the heads. And you may have seen my previous video where I swapped Luke's head over here. So I actually used the Empire Luke all the way over here. I used that face with the Jedi Knight Luke hair, and then swapped the face and the hair, and then put that together with the new head, which I think looks far more like Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker than the other version, which you could kind of see back over here. This is the Jedi Knight Luke head over there. Also, I did this customizing here of this McFarlane Toys Superman, painting it blue, using that the body from what's it called again? I think it's like Deceased or something like that. So I think that came out really solid. Did a lot of customized figures, painting the wings here. I'm going to get back to Luke Skywalker in a second, just in case you haven't seen this. This is a 13-inch tall, not posable, but super repainted version of Cyborg from Justice League, the movie, or the Snyder Cut coming out. And they never released the Hot Toys figure. They canceled it, unfortunately. So as of now, that's the closest thing that matches the scale of the Hot Toys figures. You can see the custom painted figure over here of Devastator, which to me looks exactly like Doomsday, but okay, cool. And I painted his mouth and all the detail on the the body and everything like that. Same thing with this. I kind of gun-metaled it up by dry brushing the silver on it and stuff like that. And then also Moon Knight, as you can see here, I shaded him up very subtly so that all the details and the sculpt pop real nice. So back to Luke. The main thing is very difficult here to pop off the head here. Boy, was that not easy. The head would not come off. As you can see, the hole is really small. The ball joint is really big, but the ball joint is not actually it's not permanently attached at the neck. So what I did is I had to put this in hot water. Not boiling water, but I boiled water, turned off the fire, then I dunked it in there for about 30 seconds. That made it soft. Then when I pulled off the head, this came off with it. It was a disaster, so I couldn't film it. Then I used pliers to pull this ball joint out of the head. It was soft enough to do it. And then I heated this up, okay, this part of the outer part of the neck here on the outside, this U shape. Let this get hard, and then I popped it back into here, and you'll see there's like two little pegs here and here that kind of come together, and then it pops right in really nice. Stuck it in the refrigerator for about 20 seconds. It hardened. Boom, we're good to go. Okay, so now the head is off over here. Then I ordered this awesome customized head on eBay, which just looks absolutely astonishing. If you guys can see this here, I'm trying to focus camera. Okay. But I mean, like, it really, really looks, like Luke Skywalker here. I wonder why I'm having trouble with the camera focusing. Oh, I know why. Here we go. It was on super panoramic view. So you can see that here. But right there, it has like this dead look like that, but like here, bang, you could like really see the incredible sculpt and likeness. The head is like that, so we stuff it with Loctite over here. It's like a sticky kind of rubber that you can kind of pull apart. So we're going to cut that and stick it inside, and then attach it to the neck right here. I also like the more detailed paint, like the dark and light here, so I may repaint his hair quickly, you know, just to kind of give it that kind of extra detailed vibe. And what's weird too is the camera is lightening it, so the face looks a little dead here, but it doesn't look like that. So I'm gonna try to show you. It looks, see, that's what it looks like here. Let's see if I can do this here. Hold on. There we go. The camera looks like it's shaky because I'm zoomed in so much. You can just see it looks so nice. Look at that, man. Just in normal lighting. Look how great it looks in normal lighting. It's fantastic. And then if you pop it over here, just for different lighting effects, I mean, that looks stellar. It really does. Okay. So here we go, putting it back. Okay guys, so here we just cut off a little piece, and I put it right here on the neck. Just going through the video quick. Check out my other videos too, because I really go into massive detail on the other ones. But this is all you really need to do, and then we're going to slip that into the head, and it should mold to the proper position. And let's try it. So as you can see here, I made it really thin. Okay, and then we're going to push it. We're going to push the head on very carefully, okay, until we get it to the right size. That is the right size. That's perfect, where you can see the chin and just a little bit of the peg underneath it. All right? So having adjusted it here, you can see you cannot see any of the blue, but pretty much the edge of the neck lines up under the ear. Right there. There's a little blue there if you kind of tilt it, but almost impossible to see. And that is pretty much the right positioning of the head. The hair lines up with the neck over here, as you can see. And that's right. You don't want the neck too long. You don't want it too down. Otherwise, it makes his neck look too thick. And that's perfect. And then you can see, like, his head can turn. It's all good. You know, his head can look down or up. It's just great. So now we got the paint here. And just for you guys who are wondering, it is the acrylic heavy body. And this is the, if you could read, the raw umber paint. Okay. And then I'm going to, like, basically dry brush it and paint it in here. So like here, I'll put this into, like, the head, this little part right over here. And then I'm going to, like, kind of, you know, paint it in like so. And then wipe it off with the towel. Okay, and then just finishing it off. I pretty much finished it here. So now when you look at it after dry brushing it off, you can see that nice detail. So you kind of paint it on watery and thick, you know, like, or I guess like it's like thick but wet, I meant to say. And then you quickly, you know, dry brush it off, or you wipe it off with the paper towel, and then it leaves this nice look. Especially from a distance, now you can kind of see this nice look. Okay, and if you compare it to the other one, you kind of get that nice vibe in there. It's a little bit greenish yellow. Looks a little bit like poop when you have iron. Anyway, I think this came out pretty damn good. All right, so this might be a bit much here, but I just noticed that the skin tone doesn't really match on the neck and the face. So I'm just going to see if I could kind of paint that. Success! Okay. I actually matched it really well, and the way that I did it, damn, that really matches well. It's kind of cool. It's like, you know, like you kind of don't know if it's gonna work until you try it. But yeah, like, so what I did, guys, is I made this very, very thin kind of mix of paint here, as you can see. I'll show you the paints I used in a moment. And then I painted it almost translucent over the natural pigmentation, as you see here in his hands, so that the natural kind of pink would blend with the thin layer of paint I put over it, the thin coat over it of paint. So just so you understand what I'm saying, I didn't paint it thick. I painted it very thin, translucent-like, so that the color underneath would blend with the color I mixed. Very important. So that's awesome. Let me try the hands. Okay, here we go. Hands complete. Now all the skin tone matches the head, which is great. I used a little toothpick to tuck the little blue in under the ear of the Loctite, and I think we're good to go. All right. And there we go, guys. Side by side comparison. Luke Skywalker. Boom. Damn, I mean, that really looks like him. Some of these angles are like just flawless, right, guys? Wow. The ultimate 6-inch Black Series Star Wars Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi figure. Man, it looks dope. Oh, it looks so badass. I'm so happy how this turned out, man. It really came out great. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please post your comments below, guys. Check out the other video as well. I met Mark Hamill, which was such an incredible experience. 2 times. The first time right after Return of the Jedi at the Creations Star Trek Comic-Con, back in the right after, like I'm talking like 1983, like right after Return of the Jedi came out. I was a little baby. I must have been like around 8 years old. And I see this guy standing behind me with this little beret on, and I turn around and I look at him and I said, "Oh," I said, "Are you Luke Skywalker?" And he's like, "Shh, don't say anything, kid." I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Can I take your picture and sign an autograph?" He's like, "Sure." I said, "Wait here, I have to get my dad." So I literally run up and get my father from the front of the audience. Because there was like a costume contest, and I was dressed as Wolverine with an erector set as the claws, those little metal erector set claws. So I made them like into claws. And what happens? My dad is like sitting there, and I'm like, "Dad, bring the little movie camera, the old like little 8mm film." And I was like, "Luke Skywalker is here. He flew in from Bespin," or whatever I said. And he's like, "That's nice." I said, No, not a guy in a costume. I mean the real Luke Skywalker. He's like, Sure. I said, come on. I drag him all the way back. And when my dad saw that it was really Mark Hamill, I mean, he just smiled like my dad turned into a 5-year-old. He was like, "Oh my God, it is Luke Skywalker." What an awesome time. And we have like home movie of that. I have to find those home movies. And Mark Hamill and I are like, just like looking at the video camera, and Mark leans in and he's like, "Hey kid, isn't that like, actual like a movie camera?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Shouldn't we move then?" We're standing like statues as if we're having a picture taken. So we just kind of waved to it. It was really funny. He was so delightful. And then I ran into him like years later, and he's got my comic book at Comic-Con. We were both signing together at Comic-Con, which was so cool. Like, our tables were like side by side. He got my comic. I have a picture of that. I'll try to show you guys the photo of it. It's so awesome. It was just a dream come true to have Luke Skywalker get my comic. What a great time. Just when I thought we couldn't do better on the head, dun da da, here we go. So it really came out great. So you can see like this just awesome Ultimate Edition. Wow, what a difference. It's like when you see it by itself, it's like, oh yeah, that looks like Mark Hamill, that's great, as Luke Skywalker. Then bang, you see this and you're like, flawless victory. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and share. Give a little thumbs up if you would. Smash the like button, and as they say in comic books, to be continued. May the force be with you.